everyone, I'm sitting here still at the Hepatitis C ECAB meeting with Yulia Dragunova from St. Petersburg, and I would like to talk to you a little bit about your work in St. Petersburg, the research that you did with a number of other researchers from across Europe, and Gepatitka, your advocacy group in Russia. First of all, how are you?
Hi everyone, I'm very good. Thank you for the possibility to share information. So I work in this field for more than 3 years. Actually, everything started from Step Up first course, where I was a participant, and I found out more about new direct antiretroviral therapy and about new ways of treating hepatitis C. And with this knowledge, I came to Russia and started to spread this information out because it was very interesting, and I understood that it is right now what's going on is kind of history in the hepatology, when everybody soon in the global matters like 10 or 20 years will be treated. And I found out a lot of patients groups, and within one of these groups we started to communicate more. I started to with my colleagues translating different materials, first of all about this new drugs, then about the access to treatment, some intellectual property basis, for example Indian generics, Egyptian generics, or other ways how patients can get treatment. And it came that one small group that was existing in Facebook grew up. It was called Gepatitka, and it is being called Gepatitka. I'm one of the coordinators of this group. Right now, this group has more than 8,000 members. 8,000 actually. It is a Russian-speaking group that unites Russians, Ukrainians, Moldovans, and other residents of different parts of ex-Soviet Union countries. What's been unique in this project and why I'm really happy to talk about it, because it's a model where inside of the group a person who has HCV can get maximum information about the modern standards of care, about diagnostics, about treatment. This project has a website where 7 days a week highly professional specialists in HCV field give free of charge consultations online, and we know that not only patients are around this project, also some Russian specialists in HCV field also take a look there, because the situation with treatment, diagnostics and standards of care is a little bit different in Russian Federation and in neighborhood countries than in Europe and the United States. It's just coming to us with standards of care that include interferon-free regimens of treatment just arrived. And so this project is quite well being used not only by patients, but the patients community, but also advocacy specialists and medical specialists. Due to this patients community, we managed to conduct research that actually showed, and right now it is also in the progress, this research is being aimed to show that the generic treatment that costs much less than original brand treatment is similar when we talk about the effect result. For right now, what we did present is already at the ACLD in November 2016. It was a result of 213 patients who took generic treatment, who had HCV, and who took generic treatment of HCV with direct antiretroviral therapy with such drugs as sofosbuvir, declotasvir, sofosbuvir, levetosvir, and there is some data even about sofosbuvir, veltepasvir in generic versions. and half of them at that period had 12 weeks SVO. Right now, almost all of these people have 24 weeks of SVO. We did that research very thoroughly without any financial support, because we just understood that the impact of it, how important it is to spread the information about the necessity to reduce the prices, because they're too high, and if they keep the same, if the prices stay the same high, the treatment will be unavailable for most of those who really need it.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Can I ask you something? So once again, I think it's absolutely essential information for our viewers as well. I was also treated with generic medicine from India, and they work. So do you have any complaints from your constituency or from your members about generic treatment, or are they satisfied? Do they complain about side effects, or are they happy? I think it's very important, because generics often have a bad name. We think that generics are very important, and yet there is a certain level of mistrust in terms of generics, which I find is completely unsubstantiated. So generics are good. Is it confirmed by your members? Is it confirmed by the patients who approach you and use generics then?
Great question. I guess that though we have kind of similar experience with you, we have a different mentality on the territory that we're right now doing the advocacy of treatment. I mean, in Russian mentality and in our mentality, it is probably there is an idea that you have to trust the doctor, and definitely you should take what the doctor prescribes, and it is undiscussable. But at the same time, with the hepatitis C, due to a lot of information that has been coming last years about the easy way to be treated, accessible ways to be treated, people more and more start to trust the resources that they have. And plus to this, we have international specialists in our project who can really do a lot of advocacy in this meaning. They answer the questions of not only the patients, but also questions which doctors can ask them. So certainly this question arises all the time, but because of lack of access, because right now, though the sofosbuvir was registered in Russia in March 2016, no single bag was bought so far, so it's more than a year passed, and we do not have officially sofosbuvir in pharmacy or in governmental medical institutions. So because of lack of treatment, that's the biggest point why people really start to trust and to find more and more information, because they want to get treated and they see the good results.
It's also, we find that even within the European Union and then also broader Europe, there are huge legal differences in terms of how you can access generic treatment. How do you cope with that issue? What kind of advice can you give to the people who come to you? Because, for example, it's completely legal to import generic medicine for one person, for one course of treatment into Hungary, but it's illegal to do the same in Germany. And then I would assume that your region is much bigger and it's much more diverse. How do you handle that aspect of legal difficulties?
First of all, our project is non-commercial, it is informational. We mostly concentrated on providing the recent information about treatment and diagnostics that have been used in the world. When patients do ask how they can do it, there are a lot of Indian websites, and so the links are being provided.
Mm-hmm.
And also information is being provided to the patients and to the some medical specialists who saying about the lack of knowledge in the jurisdictional field. So according to our legislation in Russian Federation, it is possible for the person to order somewhere or to bring with himself medicines that are not in the list of toxic or prohibited drugs, or well, some drugs that changes your mind. I'm sorry, I forgot the term. So this is antiretroviral drugs. They are okay with that. Direct antiretroviral drugs are okay with that, and so it is. We just provide this short information, and then people are doing what they want to.
In closing, can you show us your T-shirt? I love your T-shirt.
Sure, sure. I'm very glad.
Isn't that just great? I
show
think it's
it?
amazing. Yes. Great.
Yes.
Thank you.
HCV not detected. I really wish everybody who still has HCV to get to your doctor, to find a specialist whom you will trust, who can see all your data and who can prescribe you the treatment, because the treatment of hepatitis C becomes very easy. In a lot of countries accessible. Just find more, well, these people to find more information.
Yeah.
And doctor, and especially doctor, we insist on that it is all treatment should go under the control of the doctor.
So go out there, check hepatitka.ru, talk to your doctor, never do this without medical supervision, and thank you, Julia, very much for this interview and also for the great work that you've been doing.
Yes, thank you, Thomas.